Okay, Year 9, let's get into it. We're looking at ratios today. So we're exploring, as it says here, ratios compare the same type of units. Now I need to let you know that is different to what a rate does. So we're going to explore rates next. At the moment, we're just exploring what's called ratios. And really at this point, they'll look a little bit like fractions work. Okay, so just so you're aware, it looks a bit like fractions. They're written in the form A to B. So to simplify, all you need to do firstly is find the highest common factor, which is really how we simplify a fraction, isn't it? So we're looking for the number that goes into 36, 48 and 18. All right? Now, if you're not sure, usually I like to do something like start with 2. And all I need to do is divide each term by 2. So what's 36 divided by 2? Anyone know?
72.
Divided by.
7.
That would be times 2. I'll go to 18. So 36 divided by 2, so we're dividing each term by 2, is, yep, that's right. So the next one is 24 and 9. Is there a number that goes into all three of those?
No.
No, there's not. Okay, so we stop there. Easy way to see that is if you think about 9, what goes into 9? 3 and 9, but it doesn't go into, oh, actually, 3 does. Let's get it right, Mr. Clark. 3, let's divide by 3. What's 18 divided by 3?
6.
Thank you. So we've got 6. What's 24 divided by 3?
8.
8. What's
3.
9 divided by 3? 3. So it's 6 to 8 to 3. Okay? So just be careful. Make sure you double check so you don't make a mistake. That's all we're doing there. Second one. What do you notice about this second question that I've got here? What's it comparing at the moment? Right. So it's the same type, but it's not in the same units yet. We need to get it to the same units. So how many millilitres are in a litre? 1,000. So what we've actually got is 425 to 5,000, because it's 5 litres. So we just multiply by 5. Now, easy way to do that would be to type it in your calculator. So grab your calculator, just do it as a fraction. What's 425 over 5,000 simplified?
17 to 100.
17 to what?
200. 17 over 200.
17 to 200. There we go.
17 over 200.
Yeah, but we're doing it as a ratio,
the ratio.
so we go back to 17 over 200. 17 to 200. All right? And that sounds about right to me, because you can't go any more simple than that. So use your calculator, make it easy. Let's move on to our next examples, where I've actually got 2 methods to work them out. So those first 2, pretty straightforward. Hopefully you can pick that up pretty quickly. But let's have a look at this question now. This is where it gets a fair bit more challenging. We can use either equivalent ratios or the unitary method. So in your examples that I got you to do at the start of the lesson, we were looking at equivalent fractions, because that's partly what you can use. All right, so here's the question. During summer, the ratio of jeans to shorts sold was 3 to 10. There's our ratio to start with. If 240 pairs of jeans were sold, how many pairs of shorts were sold? Well, method 1. So let me write it over here. Method 1. What we can do is 3 to 10, which has got to be equal to, and make sure you get it right, it's jeans to shorts, so it's 240 pairs of jeans to, we don't know how many pairs of shorts. What we need to work out using the equivalent ratio is, what do I multiply 3 by to get to 240? Now, to work that out, all you need to do is 240 divided by 3. What's 240 divided by 3? 80. Great. So that has been multiplied by 80. So to find out the number of pairs of shorts, we also need to multiply by 80. So the number of pairs of shorts will be equal to 10 times 80, which is equal to?
800.
Great. Simple, isn't it? 800 pairs of shorts. So that's the equivalent ratio. We found the equivalent ratio. Yeah? Or method 2, the unitary method. We've looked a bit at the unitary method this year, and you can use it in this question as well. So you've got 3 to 10 is equal to 200. What you need to do, is you need to find what 1 unit is and then find 10 units. So the maths that we use for this one is 240 divided by 3, because that gets us 1 unit. So you do 240 divided by 3, and as we discovered earlier, that was 80. Then 80 times 10, because you want 10 units, which gives us 800. Very similar, aren't they? They're quite similar in the end. You're still doing the same sort of thing, but that's what you need to be able to do. So it's either the equivalent ratio or the unitary method. Let me see if I can find one more example for you. So here we go, one more example. Matt and Darren share $560 rent in their house in the ratio 4 to 3. You know, I've had friends who've done this. They don't just share they share a house, but they don't just share the rent exactly. Because one of them might have like the ensuite or something, or they have a bigger bedroom, and so they go, you got the bigger room, you should pay a little bit more. Fair enough. But we can still use these two methods. Now I'm hoping you've got this all down in your books, so I can move on, and so I can show you clearly. So let's use firstly, did I write fraction method? I meant to write, the fraction method. Yes, I can do that as well. I'm going to show you how to do that in a moment. But first, method 1 this time is the unitary method. So, there's $560 in rent in total. So what we need to find out is how many units there are. And the number of units is equal to 4 plus 7. 4 plus 3, which is 7. Come on, Mr. Clark, get it right. So we've got 7 units in total. To find one unit of the $560, so for 1 unit, we do 560 divided by 7. That gives us 1 unit. So what's 560 divided by 7?
80.
Oh, how come we keep coming up with this same number again?
Because it's lucky number.
It seems to be our number for today. All right, 80, that's 1 unit. So Matt, all right, he would have 80 times, and his is 4 parts. All right, so we do 80 times 4. What's 8 times 4? What's 8 times 4? So it is 320. So Matt pays 320, and Darren, he has 80 times 3, which is
200.
and 240. Now you could do a quick check here. What's 320 plus 240? 320 plus 200 is 520 plus 40 is 560. So that's our unitary method. All right, let's have a look at the fraction method. Okay? The fraction method. What you're going to do is you recognise again your units is 4 plus 3, which is equal to 7. So you've got 7 units in total. For Matt, he's got 4 out of the 7 units times 560. So you can just type that into your calculator to get the answer. This is the fraction method. 4/7, we've already done it. We know it's 320. And for Darren, it's 3/7 times 560, and so the answer will be 240. All right? You can use either method. Both mean you need to find out how many units there are in total. Year 9, I reckon these questions are a little bit challenging. We need to think hard. We need to practice a whole lot of them. So let's get in there and do some practice, practice, practice.